Good day everyone. Today I'm going to discuss your Module 15 with the lesson titled Chemical Thermodynamics, Spontaneous Process, and Entropy. So we have our lesson objective. One is to predict the spontaneity of the process based on entropy, and to determine whether entropy will increase or decrease based on a certain factor. So around 1850, Rudolf Clausius and William Thomson, or Lord Kelvin, stated that heat does not spontaneously flow from a colder body to a hotter body. This becomes the basis for the second law of thermodynamics. So, sabi nila, yung heat daw, yung flow of heat, hindi daw po siya spontaneously. If manggagaling siya sa colder, papuntang hotter. So, yun yung basis ng ating second law of thermodynamics. So, what is thermodynamics? The law of thermodynamics describes the relationship between the thermal energy or heat and other forms of energy and how energy affects matter. So, na-discuss ko na before yung ating first law of thermodynamics. Yan. So, the first law of thermodynamics states that energy cannot be created nor destroyed, but can transform into another form. So, the total quantity of energy in the universe stays the same. So, equilibrium. Internal energy natin is equal to the heat transferred plus the work done. Tama? Kung naaalala nyo yung ating first law of thermodynamics. So, the second law of thermodynamics is about the quality of energy. It states that the energy is transferred or transformed. More and more of it is wasted. The second law also states that there is a natural tendency of any isolated system to degenerate into a more disordered state. Sa second law of thermodynamics, yun yung heat flows from higher temperature going to your lower temperature. That is under your second law of thermodynamics. So, if you're dealing about your second law, makikita natin dyan ay ang entropy. Sa first law of thermodynamics, kung maaalala nyo, ang pinag-aralan natin ay the word enthalpy. Dito naman, sa ating second law of thermodynamics, ang pag-aaralan natin is the entropy. Entropy is the degree of randomness in a substance. The symbol for change in entropy is delta S, or yung triangle S. The solids are very ordered and have low entropy. So, ang entropy is the degree of randomness. So, pag the more na mas maayos, order yung pagkakaayos ng ating object, mas mababa yung kanyang entropy. Pero pag hindi siya ordered, merong disorder, mas mataas na yung entropy natin. Kasi nga randomness, di ba? So, liquid and aqueous ions are more entropy because they move about more freely. And gas have even larger amount of entropy. So, kung mapapansin natin, dahil ang liquid ay meron ng space between molecules, syempre nagkakaroon na ng konting disorder or hindi masyadong pagkakaayos ng mga molecules na yan o nagkakaroon na ng randomness. So, ibig sabihin, mas mataas na yung entropy ng liquid natin kaysa sa solid. And then, syempre, how much more sa gas? Yung space ng mga molecules natin sa gas ay mas malalaki na. So, ibig sabihin, the randomness or yung entropy nun ay mas malaki. So, larger than the liquid. Okay? So, yung pinakamataas ang entropy between solid, liquid, and gas, syempre gas. Yan. Pinakamababang entropy, syempre yung solid natin. According to the second law of thermodynamics, nature is always proceeding to a state of higher entropy. So, ang proceeding natin, higher entropy daw. State of higher entropy. Yung may pinakamataas na entropy. Entropy refers to the state of order or disorder of a system. Yan yun. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng randomness natin. Order or disorder of a system. So, pag mas order yung isang particle natin or yung ating compound, mas mababa yung entropy. Pero the more na disorder, the more na mas mataas, may disorder sa ating object or sa particles natin or compound natin, mas mataas yung entropy niya. A change in order is a change of a number of ways of arranging the particles. It is a key factor of determining the direction of a spontaneous process. So, nakikita nyo dyan sa ating ibaba, meron tayong more order, less order. So, more order, that is the solid. So, less order natin, gas. Nakikita nyo yung arrow. So, ibig sabihin, ayan, itong gas na to, mas higher yung entropy niya. Okay, kaysa sa ating solid. Kasi, the more na may disorder, the more na meron tayong entropy. So, ganyan din dito sa ating baba. Crystal plus liquid, they are more ordered than ions in a solution. So, yung ions in a solution, mas mataas yung kanyang entropy. Same goes here. Yung crystal natin, plus crystal, mas order siya kaysa sa gases plus ion in a solution. So, sa gases and ions in a solution, mas mataas yung kanyang entropy. Yan. So, entropy, like total energy, and enthalpy, yan. So, enthalpy natin, maalala nyo, it's represented by H. So, entropy is in a state of function. So, therefore, change in entropy is equal to the final of entropy minus initial entropy. So, kasi nga meron tayong change, may triangle tayo. So, makikita natin si final minus initial. Ayan. So, you can expect as a positive entropy or change in entropy or increase in entropy when solid reactants form liquid or gaseous product. So, pag ang solid natin nag-change siya ng phase into liquid or gaseous product, then magkakaroon tayo ng positive value ng entropy. Liquid reactants form gases. Yan. So, magkakaroon tayo ng positive. Many smaller particles coalesce into larger particles, typically indicated by the fewer products mole than reactant mole. So, many smaller particles, sabi niya, coalesce into all larger particles. So, pag naging malaki yung particles natin. Negative naman, or decrease of entropy often occurs when baliktad naman to. Pag galing ka sa gaseous, yung less order papuntang more order, kung alala nyo yung kaninang slide natin, mas magkakaroon daw tayo ng negative entropy pag pabaliktad tayo. So, pag galing kang gas, papunta, or liquid, papunta kang solid, then, higher entropy going to lower entropy, so, magkakaroon ka ng negative value. Same goes with gaseous to liquid. So, lower ay higher going to lower ulit. So, negative yun. Gas to liquid. So, negative yung ating makukuhang entropy. Large molecules dissociate into smaller one. So, larger to smaller. Kanina, smaller to larger. Dito naman, larger to smaller one. Negative yung makukuha natin. So, there are more moles of gas in the product than there are in the reactant. So, mas marami daw yung gas product natin kaysa sa ating reactant. Negative din daw po yung makukuha nating entropy. So, tandaan lang natin yan. Magpa-positive lang tayo pag nasunod yung flow na lower to higher. Lower entropy going to higher entropy. So, positive yung makukuha natin. Pero pag na-reverse yun, gas or higher entropy going to lower entropy, magkakaroon tayo ng negative value ng ating entropy. So, makikita, I have here the table. This is the standard molar entropies. Sa module natin, sa pinakadulo, meron diyang dalawang parang page or pages ng ating molar entropies or standard molar entropies. Ang gagamitin natin ay the joule per Kelvin mole. Ito yung gagamitin natin na value. Kasi yung nandiyan dyan sa ating module, meron siyang kilojoule. Okay? Kilojoule. Pero ang gagamitin natin standard ay joule per Kelvin mole. Ito. Hindi yung kilojoule per Kelvin mole. So, ito. Joule lang tayo, hindi kilo. Yan. Sa entropy natin. So, meron silang standard molar entropies. Makikita natin, ang ating carbon in a graphite form, meron siyang 5.6 na entropy. You have the diamond, you have 2.377. Carbon in a vapor, meron siyang 158. Dito tayo, maging maingat. We need to determine kung yung compound natin is a solid, a liquid, or a gas. Bakit? Kasi dito po nagkakaroon ng pagkakaiba ng value. Kung makikita natin dito sa baba, ito. Yung water into gas, this is ibig sabihin, water vapor yan kasi gas. And then, meron tayong water na liquid or H2OL or liquid. Meron tayong H2O na gas. Magkaiba po yung value nila. So, if you were dealing about compounds, kailangan natin i-determine kung ay gas ba ito or liquid ba ito. Para tama yung mailalagay nating value ng mga yan. So, usually naman, meron naman naka-indicate dyan kung gas ba yon or liquid. Or solid ba yun. So, kailangan lang nating maging maingat doon. So, ito yung magiging basis natin mamaya when we are going to solve for a change in entropy. Yan. So, you need to in calculating your change of entropy for a reaction. So, you have the product of change in entropy is equal to the summation of a product minus the summation of reactant. Yan. So, for example, meron tayo ditong ito, yung ating chemical equation. So, this is the reactant, yung pinaghalo nyo, and this is the product, tama? Ang mangyayari, if you're going to solve for your entropy, baliktad yung nasa formula. Sabi niya, the summation of the product minus yan, the summation of the reactant. So, dahil this is the reactant, ito yung reactant natin, yan yung ima-minus natin. So, this is the product, so yun yung muna yung mauuna. So, mapapansin natin, ito na yan. This is the product, ito yung product natin. Ito. So, yan na yan, nandito na siya. And then, meron tayong reactant na H2, which is gas daw yan. And then, meron tayong O2 or oxygen gas. Yung ibig sabihin ng S dyan na may degree, yung value niya, yung standard mole entropies, yung hinahanap niya. So, babalik ka dun sa naunang table natin. Kung mapapansin natin. Yan. Balikan natin. Yan. Dito tayo magbe-base kung ano yung value ng ating entropies. So, kanina, ang hinanap niya, H2O daw. So, dito tayo magbe-base kung anong ilalagay nating value. Yan. So, the value of H2O liquid is equal to 69.95 kilojoule. Joule per Kelvin mole. Yan yung unit natin. So, this is the value. Kahit i-check natin yung ating table kanina, yan yung value ng ating H2O na liquid. And then, ano ang value ng ating H2 na gas? Ang value ng H2 na gas natin, so, while you were watching this video, pwede nyong buklatin yung ating module dun sa pinakadulo for you to look into their value. Yan. Makikita nyo dun sa ating table. So, nakabase dun sa table natin yung mga value ng mga yan. So, you have your H2 gas. Gas yan. So, the value for your H2 gas is 130.7 joule per Kelvin mole. And then, the value for your oxygen gas, this is gas. Ayan. kasi meron din yung liquid. So, this is, gas yan. H2 gas, so meron siyang value na 2.01 joule per Kelvin mole. So, ang gagawin lang natin, yung ating mole dyan, yung atom natin, it times natin siya dun sa, or 2 mole na yan, 2 atoms of H2O, ito times natin siya dun sa value niya, sa entropy value niya. So, pag wala namang nakalagay dyan na coefficient, dun sa, ito yung tinatawag natin coefficient kung maaalala nyo, sa balancing equation. Pag wala naman nakalagay na coefficient, ibig sabihin automatic 1 yan. Parang dito sa oxygen natin. So, dahil may coefficient dito, gagamitin nyo yan. So, ito times natin siya dun sa value ng entropy niya. So, 2 times 69.95. Ganon din dito sa ating 2H2O, yun dito yun. Ayan. And then, meron tayong 2H2. Meron siyang coefficient na 2 dito. Nakikita natin yung coefficient na yan. Kita times natin siya sa value ng H2 na 130.7. And then, i-add natin siya dun sa value ng O2. So, ang makukuha nating sagot ay negative 326.6 joule per Kelvin mole. So, saan ulit galing itong 69.95? Yung 130.7, yung 205.1, doon po sa table. Table natin, balikan ko lang ngayon, yung table natin dito yan, sa table na dito yan galing. Table for molar entropies. Yung table na to, meron yan, mas madami yung nandiyan sa inyong module. Yan. Ayan, sorry, yan. Wala naman ito. Ayan. So, next example, you have your carbon dioxide gas plus hydrogen gas, 2H2. Ayan. This 2, yung 2 dyan sa gilid, that is a coefficient. So, meron tayong H2 gas or hydrogen gas. Nakikita nyo yung letter G dyan, ibig sabihin gas po yan. And then you have your CH3OH L. So, that is a liquid. Sabi niya dyan, predicted sign of change in entropy. Or N is equal to blank. And values of change in entropy is equal to blank. So, kailangan natin hanapin daw yung value ng change of entropy. And then, kung ano yung predicted sign. So, go back to your table. Ayan. For you to know kung ano yung value ng entropy ng mga ito. Itong compound na CH3OH, compound na H2O gas, H2 gas, and carbon dioxide gas. So, maaalala natin, the formula for entropy is the summation of the product minus the summation of the reactant. So, magbabaliktad tong dalawang ito, papunta doon. So, you have your CH3OH liquid minus, yan, summation of the reactant. So, ang reactant natin ay CO2 plus 2H2O. Ito na yan. So, CO gas or carbon dioxide gas plus 2 hydrogen gas. And then, look for the value ng ating standard molar entropies nila. The standard molar entropies of H3OH, nasa table yan sa likod ng module. It's 127.2 joule per Kelvin mole. Gagamitin natin joule per Kelvin mole, hindi po kilojoule or yung kJ. Ang gagamitin natin ay joule per Kelvin mole minus yung value ulit ng carbon dioxide gas. Ang value na ay 197.7 joule per Kelvin mole plus meron siyang coefficient na 2. So, gagamitin mo yan. Ita-times mo dun sa value ng hydrogen gas. Ito yan. Ito yung H2. So, ang value ng H2 gas ay 130.7 joule per Kelvin mole. So, imata-times mo muna to bago natin ipag-add yung dalawang yan. M-DAS. Yung gagamitin natin. So, pagta-times mo muna yan bago to i-add dito sa 197. So, ang lalabas ay negative 331.9 joule per Kelvin mole. Pwede namang na-idiretso yan sa itong linear equation na to. Pwede na siyang idiretso sa ating calculator. So, ang makukuha nating sagot ay negative 331.9 joule per Kelvin mole. So, ibig sabihin, the predicted sign would be a negative. And then, the value for your change in entropy is negative 331.9 joule per Kelvin mole. So, I hope makuha. If you have questions regarding this, message me lang po. Anytime, wag lang po masyadong gabi. Yan. So, that's all for day 15 about entropy. Let's proceed to our module 16 for the lesson titled Second Law of Thermodynamics and Gibbs Free Energy. So you have our lesson objective. 1 is to explain the second law of thermodynamics and its significance. 2 is to use Gibbs free energy to determine the direction of the reaction. So, dun sa previous video natin, I already discussed the second law of thermodynamics. So, now I'll be discussing the Gibbs free energy. Yan. Gibbs free energy or your delta G. Gibbs free energy always decreases in a spontaneous process. So, nagdi-decrease daw siya pag spontaneous yung process. The change in Gibbs free energy is the maximum work that a spontaneous process can perform. It is also the maximum work required to carry out a non-spontaneous process. Sa change in Gibbs free energy, dito po yung sa maximum work ng ating spontaneous process. So, a free energy reaction or the change of enthalpy of the system minus the product of the temperature Kelvin and the change of entropy S of the system. So, the formula would be like this one. Ito. Delta G or your change in Gibbs free energy is equal to the change in enthalpy minus the temperature times the change in entropy. Paano yan kukunin? For example, wala kang table for Gibbs free energy. Tandaan na, may table din po ang Gibbs free energy. Pero kung for example, hindi siya given, hindi siya binigay, pwede mo pa rin siyang makuha by solving the value for your enthalpy and the value for your entropy. Yan. So, since na-discuss ko yan naman, yung value ng, yung paano ba i-compute tong enthalpy, paano ba i-compute tong entropy. So, madali nyo na lang kukunin tong ating Gibbs free energy. Yan. Pero meron yung table. Sa Gibbs free energy, if a change in Gibbs free energy is less than 0, negative daw po yan. The forward reaction is spontaneous. Pag less than 0, negative, spontaneous yung reaction. Ayan, andyan dyan. Nasa module nyo yan. If yung delta daw, yung free Gibbs energy natin or change of free Gibbs energy natin is equal to 0, the reaction is equilibrium, equal, balance. Pag nag-equal to 0 daw yung ating free Gibbs energy. If the free Gibbs energy is greater than 0, mas mataas sa 0, positive yung sign, then the reaction is non-spontaneous. Ayan. So, spontaneous daw siya pag less than 0. Pag greater than 0, ibig sabihin non-spontaneous yung reaction natin. So, dito na tayo. Meron tayong table dyan sa baba. Predicting the sign of an free Gibbs energy. Yan. Pwede nyo gamitin yung table na yan. Itong nandito sa baba natin. When AH or the enthalpy is negative and the entropy is positive, then sabi niya, the change in free Gibbs energy will be negative. So, pag negative daw po, ayan, negative daw po ang ating enthalpy at positive yung ating entropy, ibig sabihin, negative daw ang value ng ating Gibbs free energy. So, ibig sabihin nun, dahil negative yan, dito yan, negative, is spontaneous yung ating process. Mag-uwit nga ako, yan. So, yan. Next, kung positive naman daw, positive naman daw at negative naman daw yung ating, positive yung ating enthalpy at negative naman yung ating entropy, then, ang ating Gibbs free energy ay positive. So, dahil positive yan, then, ibig sabihin, the reaction is non-spontaneous or always non-spontaneous. Okay? Paano naman daw pag negative naman yung ating enthalpy, negative din yung ating entropy. So, it's negative dyan when, yan, nakikita natin dito, temperature times your entropy is less than your enthalpy, negative daw. Pero kung yung temperature at entropy natin ay greater than your enthalpy, then positive daw yung magiging sign ng ating free gives energy. Yan. Ganon din dito sa kabila, pag positive naman yung ating enthalpy, positive yung ating entropy, it's either negative or positive yung magiging sagot. Pag, kabaliktaran to, pag greater naman yung ating temperature at ating entropy is greater than your enthalpy, then negative yung sagot. Negative yan. Pero daw, pag positive naman, positive daw yan pag ang ating temperature is less than your enthalpy. Yan. So, pag negative, tandaan negative, spontaneous. Pag positive, non-spontaneous. So, doon mo malalaman kung ano yung process na mangyayari. Spontaneous ba yan? Non-spontaneous ba yan? Spontaneous, non-spontaneous? Yan. So, meron din tayong table dyan. Yan yung gamit ng table natin. Pero pag hindi given yung table na yan, syempre, pwede naman natin i-solve using the formula. Yun nandun sa kabila kanina. Ito. Pwede naman natin itong gamiting formula pag wala tayong table. Or pwede nyo naman tandaan yung table natin na ito. Itong table na to. Para mas madali nyo masagutan yung ating question. Yan. The standard free energy changes. The standard free energies of formation are analogous to standard enthalpies of formation. So, ito yan. The change in energy is equal to the change of free Gibbs energy reactant minus the change of energy of the product. So, AG can be looked up in the table. Yan. Or calculate the S or the entropy and calculate the H. Recall from the enthalpy, the reaction can be classified according to the change in enthalpy. So, dito muna tayo. Endothermic, absorb heat. So, enthalpy is greater than 0. Exothermic, release heat. Less than 0 yan. Next, reaction can also be classified according to the change in the free energy of the reaction. Pag endergonic, non-spontaneous, Gibbs is greater than 0. Yan. Exergonic, spontaneous naman, G is less than 0. Nasa module natin yan. So, pag yung Gibbs natin greater than 0, non-spontaneous. Pag ang Gibbs daw natin less than 0, spontaneous. Ganun lang yan. So, meron tayong sample. Energy calculation. So, you have here NH4NO3 solid is equal to NH4 plus NO3 aqueous, or that is a liquid. So, kukuhanin natin yung ang value nila. So, you have here the value for your H or your enthalpy, that is negative 365.56 for NH4NO3. Sa NH4 naman, aqueous or liquid, that is negative 132.51. And then NO3, negative 205.0. Change in entropy, may value siya na 151.08. NH4 naman 113.4 and NO3 meron siyang 146.4. So, paano natin pag reaction daw, ganun lang yun, the product would be change in enthalpy is equal to the summation of the enthalpy of the product minus the summation of the enthalpy of the reactant. Yan. So, makikita nyo dito, nag-convert muna siya ng mole natin. Kinonvert niya yung mole natin into kilogram. So, meron siyang, ang makukuha niya ay 337.51 plus 3.65.56. So, ang makukuha nating enthalpy ay 28.05 kilojoule. Yan. Kinuha ko lang to sa module. Next, we have your entropy. Isa-solve mo lang din yon. I-convert mo pa rin yung mole sa kilojoule. Na-discuss ko na to kanina kung paano ko mag-convert. So, dahil naka-mole to, ginawa niya munang joule. So, kinonvert niya. Yan. Ang lalabas dyan ay 258 minus yung ating reactant na 151.08. So, ang lalabas dyan ay 108.7 joule per Kelvin. Yan. So, note, the unit for delta H or Kelvin enthalpy is kilojoule, and the unit for your enthalpy is joule per Kelvin mole. Since the change of free Gibbs energy is generally reported in kilojoule, so sabi na, the unit for free Gibbs energy is kilojoule, so you need to convert yung ating entropy. So, i-convert mo lang siya. Yan yung sinasabi niya dyan. Note the temperature free energy equation must be in Kelvin. So, pag naka-centigrade yan or Fahrenheit, kailangan nyo i-convert sa Kelvin. So, we must convert the given temperature in Celsius to Kelvin by adding 273. So, yung ating temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. So, papas mo lang sa 273, magkakaroon ka ng 298.15 Kelvin. So, that is the value for your temperature. And then, yung nakuha nyo kanina na entropy, naka-joule per Kelvin mole yun. I-convert lang natin sila. Ayan. So, i-convert mo lang siya sa kilojoule. So, ang makukuha mo ay 0.1087 kilojoule per Kelvin. And then, pwede na natin i-substitute yung mga value na yan dito sa ating formula na change in free give is equal to the change in enthalpy minus the temperature in Kelvin times your entropy. Ipa-plug in lang natin. So, the value for your EH or your enthalpy is 28.05 kilojoule minus the value for your temperature is 298.15 Kelvin times the value for your entropy is 0.1087 kilojoule per Kelvin. Magka-cancel yan kasi nasa baba yung isang Kelvin, nasa taas yung isa naman. So, may iwan na lang ay kilojoule. So, ipag-times muna natin itong dalawang to bago natin siya i-minus. So, nung pinag-times ito, nakuha nila ay 32.41 kilojoule. So, 28.05 kilojoule minus 32.41 kilojoule is equal to negative 4.4 kilojoule. So, the free Gibbs energy for that reaction is negative 4.4 kilojoules. Ibig sabihin, this is an spontaneous reaction. Kasi negative po yung sign niya. Yan. Another example, standard free energy changes. Calculate the standard free energy changes for the following reaction. So, we have 2 KClO3 solid is equal to 2 KCl solid plus 3 O2 gas. So, product minus the reactant, change of product, summation of the free energy of a product minus the summation of the reactant or free Gibbs of the reactant. So, gagamitin lang natin. You just look for the value again. Yan. Again. So, meron tayong 2, ito yan, KCl equal to negative 408.3 kilojoule per mole plus 3020 minus 2 times negative 289.9 kilojoule per mole. And so makukuha natin ay negative 236.8 kilojoule. So the value would be spontaneous. May table po tayo dyan. Pakicheck na lang din po kung saan nanggaling yung mga yan. Meron po tayong table. You can use the table for Gibbs energy. So, I guess that's all for day 16. If you have questions, you are free to message me anytime. Wag lang pong super late. So, have a nice day, everyone.